Well, as part of that wide-ranging aid package for Ukraine, a bill that could ban TikTok is also headed to the Senate for approval. The new bill gives TikTok 9 months, up from a previous 6, to separate from its current Chinese parent company ByteDance. The social media app is seen as a national security risk by many in Congress. So if the Senate approves the legislation and President Joe Biden signs it, TikTok could be forced to find a new owner or be banned entirely from the US. CNN's Marc Stewart is following the developments and joins us from Beijing. Good to see you, Marc. So there's been so much scrutiny of TikTok here in the United States. The company saying that any ban could trample free speech. Is there any indication from the Chinese government about what they would like to see happen next?
That's a good question, Lynda. And at this point, there has been no direct response to this latest action by U.S. lawmakers. From Beijing, in the last hour or so, China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs held its daily briefing. The TikTok question is not one that came up, but what I can tell you that based off of past responses, China does not look kindly on the idea of being told by American lawmakers about what to do with a Chinese platform. Now, TikTok, according to its CEO, is not owned or controlled by the Chinese government, but its parent company, ByteDance, is required by law to have a committee of Communist Party members within its organization, and there are meetings. So there's no question that the government has some kind of influence, and in the past, the government has expressed reservations about this required sale. One phrase that has come up in the past is this idea of exporting technology, and what is meant by that is TikTok's algorithm, which is seen as extremely valuable. And an algorithm is a way of getting insight into what people may be thinking and what they want to see. It's this technical tool that has become so important in social media. So if this is a deal that goes through, at least by lawmakers, proposing a sale, it's something that will likely be met with a lot of reservation from China. So we'll have to see what happens. It could be a very long legal road. Already we have heard expressions that there would be some kind of blockade to take place. So that's something we're going to have to see. But at this particular moment, Beijing is not giving any direct response, at least just yet. We'll have to see what happens, Lynda, in the days ahead as this moves through the congressional process.
Yeah, exactly. And it's interesting. Some say China might get a taste of its own medicine, given that for such a long time it's banned American apps in its country. So what makes this development notable?
Right. It's interesting. Living here in China, popular apps that Americans use every day, like Google, like Instagram, like Facebook, like X, even YouTube, are all blocked. And so there is this juxtaposition, this contrast that is being thrown back and forth. I mean, I think one question that needs to be answered: is China willing to part ways with the American market? It already has a similar app. ByteDance has a similar app in China, not named TikTok, but basically the same principle. And of course, this is a market with 1.4 billion people. So, the question is China, is the government, is this company willing to part ways with its American presence? That's something we're going to have to see.
Interesting. All right, Marc Stewart for us in Beijing. Good to have you with us. Thank you.